Okay, INEA for partners. This class is about creating actually a connection with your partner. And that can turn out into different ways. So let's not try to have an idea beforehand. It can reveal sometimes energies that are still there or got stuck or something. And I would suggest that you take it as easy as possible and speak with your partner. So you don't need to be silent in this practice. You can say, like, this is a bit too heavy for me. This is not comfy for me. Can we change a little bit? Try to speak from yourself and not too much like towards your partner that he does something wrong. Try to be with you and speak from you. Like, I feel, would you be willing to? That's a good addressing sentence if you want him to change, and then he can change, or he can say, but this doesn't feel so well. So what I don't want is that you, after this class, have a big argument. So please really take it easy. If one of the partners feels not right in a posture, or if it's too much or something, then just back up a little bit and be very gentle and soft towards your partner. That's the basic intention. And the idea is to create more intimacy. Okay, more connection. Good. The first posture we want to do, if you're ready, is sitting with your partner on a mat, back to back. So Athena is my partner for today.
For today, yes.
Sitting with your partner back to back, and you can have either your legs extended or bent. You can have as comfortable a seat as comfortable as possible. And someone wants to come in. And from here, we start with one partner doing a low humming voice. If you don't have a partner, please go to a wall or something you have contact, physical contact to your back, and try to feel the vibrations that bounces from that object. And if you have a partner, both close the eyes down and feel how the vibration and the sound travels from your partner towards you, even physically and your body, and how you can hear it. So I will start. Play around a little bit. Play with the sound, how loud, which kind of pitch. And once you have done the sound, the other partner takes the turn. So please give yourself a few minutes to just practice that, and I will change the exercise in 1 or 2 minutes. So just continue hearing, listening to your partner's voice and feeling where does it travel to your body. Good. We slowly fading into the next idea. You just stay as you are, back to back, and without a noise, you want to synchronize your breath. So try to feel, when is your partner breathing in, when is your partner breathing out, and synchronize with that. That's a play. You can experiment, and maybe if you don't feel anything, you breathe a little bit stronger. But at the same time, be aware how your partner is moving. Maybe it's the movement, maybe you can even hear it. So try to synchronize your breath. We do that actually for 2 minutes. So if you just entered the room, sit back to back with your partner, close the eyes down, and try to tune into your partner's breath. Synchronize the breath together. If you have synchronized your breath, you can go and let your breath become more subtle and subtle. So refining that synchronization. Good. Slowly come to an end. We're going into our first posture. And for this posture, you might need a blanket if your mat is quite thin, or if the floor is a bit hard, then you use a blanket, and your partner goes into child's pose and you sit next to your partner. So child's pose, if you're single, then you go in child's pose as well. And if you have a partner, first let your partner go into a child's pose that feels comfortable. That can be hands forward or hands next to the body. That can be legs open or knees together. I would recommend to have the knees together just because you feel your own breath a little bit more. And the partner is actually taking 1 or 2 hands on the partner's back. One hand approximately on the back of the heart and the other one on the lower back. And also as a partner, make sure you sit comfortably enough to sit here for about 3 minutes. We just want to get in touch, literally, with our partner. If the partner feels uncomfortable with your hands, maybe change the hand position. or speak together, like be in communication. If it feels nice, then you stay as you are. And as a partner, you just watch the breath and the body temperature of your partner. You can close down your eyes. And slowly settle into this posture together. If you're alone, you can use your imagination and imagine your partner's hands on your back or a random person's hands. For both of you, in Yin Yoga, it's about feeling into that subtle sensations. So really feel into your hands or where the hands touch your body and feel what is happening there. Is there movement? Is there sensations? Exhale and ease in, ease out. And we don't want to set a specific aim or goal, what we want to do with our hands or exchanging energies or anything. Let that all out. Just stay in a moment without intention, just a soft, gentle connection. That's everything. No manipulation, no specific aim, just touch and connection. We're gifting each other awareness. That's all. Slowly release your hands from the body of your partner, step a little bit back, and the partner goes into a neutral pose, maybe on the belly, just lying flat down, or on the back, however you want. And the other one stays for it themselves. So both of you have no contact anymore. And you draw your attention and your awareness towards yourself. Also, you can use the spots where the partner has touched you as a point of awareness or focus, or as a partner into your hands. Beautiful. If you feel ready, you change position. So me, as I had my hands on my partner, I go and do the child's pose, and my partner is doing the hands. Act and go very intuitively. Maybe you want to go from the right side, from the left side. It really doesn't matter, and you go wherever you feel like. Think less is the key. If you are single, you change also. You sit and imagine a person that you touch with your hands. Build this picture in your mind. ease into that connection. Allow to be touched and allow to touch. Be aware what comes up, what your body, how your body feels, what kind of emotions probably release, and let this flow happening. Some people want to make noises. That's also totally okay. If your partner doesn't like that, he can address that. Take one last deep breath. And then release that and lie down on the floor into a neutral pose. Your partner is sitting with itself, with himself. Draw your attention back from the connection towards yourself. And stay for a couple of breaths. If you're single, imagine that this picture you have imagined is slowly fading away. Fantastic. So slowly come out of your neutral pose and sit in front of each other and have your bolsters, if needed, somewhere close. We're going into the first stretching posture, which is called the dragonfly. And it's actually a hip opener. So we both open our hips to the side. Doesn't matter how flexible you are, even if you sit like this, that's totally okay. Yeah, you can have your legs bent or open. It makes sense that the more flexible person has the feet outside and I have the feet inside. Yeah, so we open however we want and think of not maximum, think of 50%, 60% of your range of motion. From here on, we want to lean forward. If leaning forward is already difficult, you prop yourself like you always do in yin yoga. So now we can either just give our hands and do that intuitively. For me, this feels right, but you can also try out, if you have no clue, to have the left hand as a taking and the right hand as a giving. Yeah. But however it feels good for you, you give the hands to your partner and then you lean forward. And from here you can experiment how deep you want to go into the posture, how much you want to connect with your partner. Is it already like looking to your partner, or is it sinking forward? And as an option, I want you to also try out the bolsters. So you can take one or two bolsters. Yeah. And use the bolster for your arms and for your head, and put your head just next to each other. If this is really not your thing, you can use the bolsters in a way that your partner is doing the exercise more than you, and you have your hands. You have your hands, and your partner can put their face or their forehead onto your hands. Yeah, we will stay for 5 minutes in this posture, and I will tell you to change if you go for this position we are doing now, to change halfway through. Close the eyes down and feel into that contact points with your partner. Maybe that's just the feet. Maybe that's the feet and the hands. Maybe the head. Stay with your partner and breathe. Relax. Observe the little changes in the body and also in your feeling, how you experience the moment, the presence. If you want to change, this is a good time because we are halfway through. So probably if you had your hands with your partner on your partner's face or somehow, then change. The other person starts to have that. You're also allowed to always say it's too intense and just get off the touch from your partner. That's totally okay. You're allowed to do that. And the partner can just feel what happens if my partner gets out of the touch. Does that trigger something? And then just stay with that and still ease into your stretch. Good. Slowly release that posture. Take the blocks away and give your partner a thank you. Thank you. If you do it together, please lie on a neutral posture next to each other. So you go both into a shavasana in a neutral posture, and you don't touch each other. So you have a bit space between you, but you're close enough. Just lie next to each other. Have a few breaths with yourself. And from here, you lie next to your partner. Take your partner's hand and just touch the hands without rubbing or something. Just touch the palms on top of each other. Bring both your awareness into that hand of the partner. Good. For that next posture, just step your feet in, both partners next to each other, and let the feet sink to the outside. So for me is the left, for Athena is the right. So we come into an easy twist. The feet to the outside, and you can put your hands above. And see if you even can have a little bit of touch on top of the same side you had just touched on your Shavasana position. And then if you want, bring your head to your partner. If it's too intense, you close the eyes down. If it's good, maybe watch your partner. We are coming halfway through. If you have visual contact with your partner, sometimes it happens that you start to react or smile or something. Use the second part to release all the mimic and gestures and really relax your face, make it soft, and just gaze to your partner or close the eyes down, however you want. For some, it's even more intense if they have the eyes closed. For others, if they have them open. Stay in that twist for 1 more minute. And as a little reminder, we want to let the flow of energy flow. So if you feel like you have to laugh or something, that just happened to us, we wanted to relax and we started to laugh, then let it run. We don't want to block it. Enjoy those last couple of breaths. Slowly bring the feet back to the center. And then one partner has to make the effort, or maybe both, to change sides. So you do the neutral pose on your back, but on the other side of your partner. Take it again, a few moments for yourself. Like close, but without touching. And from here also find the hand of the partner and see at what kind, how is this side feeling? How do you want to touch and connect? Do you want? And how does that feel? Step your feet in. Maybe wiggle a little bit closer with the hips to your partner and then let the feet, the knees sink to the outside. Lift the arms overhead. And see if you want to have also here a little bit of touch. Maybe it's not the hand. Maybe it's just the forearm or the elbows. Or maybe you want to go close and have, I don't know, like your armpits touching or your chest or whatever it is. The head can go to the left, I mean to the inside. Don't assume that both sides will be the same. Maybe here you want to close the eyes down now. Maybe here you want to have them open. Maybe you feel this posture on this side is not enjoyable when you touch. Then you go out of the touch. Both partners see what is happening in their system when another person reacts for themselves. Even if you have contact with your partner, be aware of your breath. Be aware of your own hemisphere. And soften, connect. Good. Take 1 or 2 more breaths here. And slowly release that posture. Come out of the twists. And release that touch. So you stay on your own. You go for a couple of breaths again in a neutral, without touch. And for the next posture, please sit again in front of each other. This posture is a variation of Happy Baby, and it's quite funny. And you can either use just the feet. You can either just use the feet touching, or you can do the full pose and use the hands and the feet. So what you do is basically you go quite close together and you bring the sole of the feet together to see how close you have to go. Maybe you have to adjust, wiggle together. And then if you have long enough hands, you can also see if your hands want to touch and feel. And then you relax, and maybe your knees are on top of your chest, maybe your knees sink outwards. Play around how this feels with your partner and get into that touch. Actually, in this pose, I want you to focus on the feet and the hand. Can be quite an intense pose. Doing this for 2.5 minutes until 3 minutes. So find your position, your posture. If you're single, you go to a wall, you touch your feet onto that wall, and you feel that temperature. Another option is to just go into a, if you're single, into a Happy Baby pose as you know it. Just release the hands. The feet are still touching. And stay here with focus towards your feet and your hip area. Release that touch, release that posture. Take your knees together and roll to your favorite side into an embryo kind of posture for yourself. Close the eyes down. Slowly help yourself up into a seated posture for our last. The last one is a butterfly. So this can be quite intimate. If it's too much, you just sit in front of each other and you do a butterfly, just touching with your hands. If you feel, oh, the video stopped. Okay, I think we are back. Sorry, there was a little internet cut. So if you, yeah, I don't know where we start. If you want to have a soft version, you do butterfly and you just touch the hands and you sit as far as you can to relax here in your butterfly. If you want to do the intimate version, one partner is turning around and you have two options here. You can either hug your partner with the legs underneath, and then your partner is folding forward and I'm just doing the same. And we see where our hands end up. Or I can do my legs inside. You have to see, that depends on the flexibility and the heaviness of your legs, how you want to do that. And it doesn't need to be like we do it. It can be also that the female part is on the back. So you just try, we do that as a last posture for 5 minutes. How you feel, use props as well as you want. And come into your variation of butterfly, or in this case, a double butterfly. We just do one side, so decide who is going to be on which position. If you are single, please use a lot of bolsters and blankets and hug that. And imagine you are held and hugged. Stay in that posture. Last minute, maybe even synchronize the breath. And then very gently, very careful, unwind and sit in front of your partner, however you want, and give yourself a last 10 breaths of breathing together and either watching the other person or listening to the breath and synchronizing the breath. If you're watching, you have to breathe a little bit more audible. If you watch the other person, maybe take the courage to look into their eyes. This is a soft gaze. It's not piercing. It's not demanding. It's just being present and gifting awareness. Take one more breath. Releasing that gaze. And you can either sit in a meditation seat or lie down into your Shavasana. Please lie down. To have one more minute for yourself, for your own, without the partner, just with yourself, without touching, preferably closed eyes. To integrate that intimate connection, even if it's a partner that's in a relationship or just a friend. Good, and to end that together, I asked both of you to sit next to each other, probably. So come into a seated posture, and we are ending with an Om chant. And we're doing that, you have your mics off anyway. I just want to have an Om that is on the same pitch. So you find your Om and bring it onto the same level. Do we try? Okay. Inhale deeply through the nose. Sigh out. Inhale to chant. Good. Open the eyes. Say thank you.
Thank you.
And maybe give your partner a hug, and thank you also for joining. The practice is finished. And yeah, if you want to leave me a little feedback in the chat, I'm happy. Otherwise, in 1 hour, we have the next class. It is Yin and the Chakras from Matthew from the US. That's very interesting.
There's no
and just now, it is, if you're interested in a teacher training or a retreat with us or TJ, then please change to room number 2. Yeah, we will open that in a minute, in a second. Okay, thank you very much. Thank you, thank you.